Man, I forgot how good the remixes in this game are. But yeah, let me make sure we're alive. Before I get started here, I just want everyone to know that this will probably be my last stream on YouTube for a bit. I'll still post the VODs to YouTube and stuff, but I want to focus on Twitch, I think, for a bit. So after today, I'll be streaming exclusively on Twitch for as long as I feel like, really. I don't really care. But yeah, we're live on YouTube and Twitch. I'm a little bit late today. You know, it's funny. Yesterday when I started the stream, I was like, there's got to be something broken, right, with the audio. Because my stuff updated, my Windows updated. My graphics driver updated, and I was like, surely there's got to be something broken about this. And yesterday we had no issues, but today I started up OBS and there was an issue. Because of course there was. Why would there be an issue? No issues yesterday and an issue today, but oh well. You know what? I think I know what this is. I think I need to go to my internet and reselect my internet. I'm using a LAN adapter, so I'm using a wired connection. So I think, if I recall correctly, if I just reconnect to the wired connection, go back to online play. Alright, I think that worked. You joined. Wow. But yeah, sometimes it's weird. Luckily, I just remembered that was an issue before and how we fixed it. You will join the next available race. Alright, sounds like we are good to go. My cat's meowing if you hear her meowing. He always meows after dinner. Man, I wish there was so much more to do in like the single player open world of this game. It's a vibe to just drive around and stuff, but it also feels pointless. It's something where if this was like one of the few games I owned as a kid, I would totally explore every inch of the open world. But now that I'm an adult and I realize that there's probably basically nothing no matter where I go, it takes away a bit of the magic of exploration. Like, let's just go off here. There's nothing near these cactuses. There's a piranha there, some coins. Okay. They have like some stuff in here, so surely they know how boring the open world can be if they just like toss stars and items in random places. This tent is completely closed. Some goobas. Not really a threat. They respawn. I mean, I guess it's kind of cool, but... Oh, I think I joined like right as the race was starting. Go figure. I don't know. I just wish there was more to do in free roam. I don't know what I would like to see here. I'm not a game designer, but like, look, these stars are just randomly here, and I think they are here because they know it's a bit boring. especially if you are just trying to slowly go across off-road. That's why the stars exist, I think, so. Yeah. But yeah, we'll see. Hopefully we don't get into too much of a try-hard lobby. I've seen some crazy stuff happening on YouTube Shorts. People pulling off insane shortcuts. And you just know that if you want to be competitive in the online multiplayer, you're going to need to learn those shortcuts eventually. I don't know, it doesn't feel the same as it did in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, where it's mainly about like item usage and drifting. Here it feels like you need to do a bunch of acrobatic junk that is just super crazy. Stuff that almost certainly wasn't, you know, designed around. Like what? There's a trick that goes off that sign and then up to the left. It's weird, though, the shortcuts. And stuff that I think that I would prefer to be more of a bigger deal, like the mini boost and jumping and stuff. That's just not as important as you'd think it is. Like these railings around a lot of the roads, like these don't really give you much of an advantage if you take them. In fact, it's better to just drive straight on them. Unless they changed that, I guess. Like, I guess that's possible. They did change a bunch of the courses from what I hear, so it's possible. Looks like this is a decent lobby. I don't know. I don't know how wide of a range you get it with VR in these lobbies. I don't know if like there's still plenty of people in low VR lobbies, or if everyone's just ranked up by now. It's also disappointing to me how less important drifting is. Like in Deluxe, it was super important. That was a good amount of coins. I still feel like it takes forever to get a good drift. Like that was only a 2 boost drift. Well, I don't want you to waste my shells with your stupid start. I think it's probably better to not drift there. Ow. Man, I still can't get over how good the music is. Every time I come back, I love the music. Does forward go down or does up go down? Alright, blue shell's too late. First game, first race. Beginner's luck, I guess. They also got a bunch of bots in here, so that kind of helps, but still. Let's get a little more situated here. There we go. Like, look how long it takes to get a boost. I wonder what combo in Mario Kart World has the best mini, like, drift turbo. Feels like it takes 10,000 years to get a drift. And because of that, they're not nearly as popular. Arrows mean we go on an intermission tour, right? Or an intermission to the next track. Word on the street is they did make a bunch of improvements. So I don't really know. I haven't really been into the Mario Kart World scene too much. Hey Sackboy, welcome to the stream, man. How are you doing today? I like saw that message and responded instantly. I just saw the message pop up and instantly I was like, "Hi Sackboy." That's some good streaming reflexes right there. I think I heard this bird in front of me. I think I heard they were a good character. I forget what their name is. Don't touch me, please. Yes, touch Bowser. Bowser likes being touched. Oh, I just pressed it. Well, people are going to take that. That was great timing. Use it or lose it. Should I apply the use it or lose it policy to big mushrooms? Get rid of your shells. Oh, did the shell go around it, or was that something else? How did I... Finally, a turn where you can actually get max boost. That was targeted. That felt like it was evilly timed. I do remember that being an issue. People just timing that stuff a lot more. Being a lot more tactical. That actually looked like I wasn't going to get it. You know what? Give me the protection, I guess. Okay, well. It could have been worse. Not bad, all things considered. Also, I don't know if I had this Kart combo last time I streamed. but I changed from the metal pipe to this one because I have a theory that this might be a slightly better combo. At least for what I'm looking for. I don't think it's meta, but I don't think in my current lobbies I'm going to get much meta players. You know what? If I can land on this railing, that could be a good little strat. I think with the corners, there's just a lot of the inside corners don't have rails. A lot of times it's only the outside rails, or the outside edges that have rails. So you can't really... It's not the fastest route most of the time. Yep, that's right, Zach Boy. It's a 2-hour Sunday stream. Though my schedule may be changing a tad. I don't know if it'll affect my stream schedule, but we'll see. Is this an intermission? Hey Wes, how's it going? I saw you were playing more Minecraft earlier. How is the stream in? You do some fun stuff or just like admin stuff? Redeem, you give people back their wood some more or something. Oh, this one has inside rails I can grind on. Don't squish me. Let's see what we get here first. Can you land on the rail? You can on this part. You can't really... You can't really do tricks on that part though. Steal something from me, my minion. Oh, he's super horny this break. I'll read the chat in a sec. On the final lap. Oh my goodness. Okay, you can actually get very far over. Oh my goodness. Out of the way! I get bananas. Well, it's Jover. It's so Jover. I did what I wanted to do yesterday and built a house. Wow. Let me ask you, I'm curious, is there like in the class system you have, is there a class that, how do I say this, like manipulates NPCs or something? Because and I have an option to do like a class in those types of games. A lot of times I pick ones where it does like unique stuff to the NPCs rather than actually like fighting them head on. Not sure what you mean. It's kind of hard to describe. Like, is there a class that lets you, like, I don't know, get pillagers to attack each other or something? Or maybe, like, it turns a skeleton friendly for a certain amount of time. As a rogue, I can stun them? Okay, interesting. Mage might have stuff like that. See, that's something that would get me into that sort of server. They can summon mobs? Okay, what do you mean by, like, summon mobs exactly? You mean, like, they can summon, like, a friendly skeleton, for example? Or is it, like, I don't know. They can spawn a cow or something. Personally, I love games that let you put the NPCs up against each other. Yeah. Or something that just like changes the NPC's behavior. Like, I love Hitman, World of Assassination, like Hitman 1, 2, and 3. I just love manipulating the NPCs. It's something I also liked about Watch Dogs, Watch Dogs 2 specifically. Because in there was this ability where it was like a social engineering skill tree. And what it let you do was, it let you call the police on NPCs and they would just arrest the NPC that you called it on. And if they were like part of a gang or something, then they'd have a full shootout with the police, and it was fun to watch. Mage does sound like it would be the type of class I like. Oh, that reminds me. That's another example. Like in Skyrim, the conjugation in Skyrim is something that I really liked. Being able to summon astronauts. It kind of sounds like what you were saying with summoning NPCs. Free food. But yeah, basically stuff that lets you... Oh, come on. That's unfortunate. That was an unfortunate boomerang. And I had protection too. I had a shell. Alright, Wes, that sounds good. Is there like, I don't know, a web page for the mod or something that lists the classes? I'm just sort of curious. Okay, you kind of have to jump out from that angle. How do people get to this from over here? Maybe on the Cursed Forge page? I see. Oh yeah, I did hear that if you get an intermission track that goes to Koopa Troopa Beach, it does more than like one lap now. So, yeah, I don't know how people get over to this one. I need to look at the trip again. Yeah. I mean, hey, it could even be like a conjugation dedicated class or whatever. I always find mechanics like that cool where you can choose to not fight and then have mobs or NPCs do the fighting for you. I messed up the timing. Well. Oh, shortcut time. Because bagging in this game is completely OP. No need to drift, this isn't really a sharp turn. Stupid disloyal boo. I just didn't want to get hit by that. Woo. There was a blue shell. Cool. Rest in peace, Zebra. I didn't mean to hit you. I'm gonna watch out for backspam from this guy. Yeah, see, even like that turn didn't really feel like it was worth drifting. Yeah, I tried to get on the rail, but I'm not that good. Stupid disloyal boo, stop messing up my my stuff. Oh, I thought I was far enough behind for that. Stupid racers stealing my stuff. Alright, how many laps do we get here? Use it or lose it. I'm scared. Okay, shock dodge. Nice. I like this mushroom as long as a stupid boo doesn't try to steal it again. Alright, I'll take second. Not bad, not bad. Which Ubuntu variation of Linux would you go with if you had a choice, or any distro? You know, that's actually not a super obscure question for me, because I was looking into Ubuntu recently. Isn't there one with like, let me see. Oh, that's not what I want. Oh, you know what? I was thinking of Mint. Yeah. If I like had to switch to Linux, I think Linux Mint with the Cinnamon desktop environment would be a strong contender. The most popular version of Linux Mint is the Cinnamon edition. Cinnamon is primarily developed by Linux Mint. It's beautiful and a bunch of new features. The other versions of it are like the Lite edition, the XFCE edition. It's a lightweight desktop environment, which I don't really care about. And a classic version with the GNOME 2 desktop environment, which is even more simple, I think. So I would take Linux Mint with the Cinnamon desktop environment. Because I had a thing with like Pop! OS when I briefly tried that, where like I had to install like my own calendar or whatever, because occasionally like I want to see what day of the week a certain day is, and I'd rather not have to look at my phone or something for that. Turn! I'm trying to drift! I hate this map so much. I've always consistently hated this particular track. Bro spent all 3 of his boomerangs trying to get me in particular. But like, you know, I get some people like the idea of a more lightweight system or whatever than Windows, but I shouldn't have to manually install my own calculator app. I shouldn't have to install my own calendar app. There's just some things that I really think should come with an operating system. If I have to do all that manually, then that's not a bonus. I just hate how hard it is to turn on here. The water makes it super weird. How's that first? Oh, he must have slowed down when the other guy passed him. Any last minute stuff? Can I drift? I hate having the... I hate how hard it is to drift on this. I swear, like, I hold down the drift button when I get it onto the water, and then it just doesn't start drifting. Can you go back up this way? Interesting, you can. I just love this music. This was the hardest cup to pass with like all 3 stars or whatever. Because I just hate this specific map. The stupid river. Yeah. I was gonna say it better be Moon Mode with all those people voting. Alright. I didn't get my stupid item stolen from. Tried jumping on the rail. But even if I did, it wouldn't have been that much of a benefit. They need to give you a stronger boost when you go on the rail. Or at least the highway rails, just to make them worth going for. Like, look at this. The inside has no rail, the outside has a rail. So why would you ever go on the other rail? It makes no sense. I should try to get some more coins if possible. Oh. Whew, that was close. I mean, that seems kind of worth it. Didn't really like that loadout anyway. Someone tried to super hoard me too. I've got plenty of coins. At least I didn't get squished. See, on that railing, all it really did was steer for me. I couldn't trick on it because it was a tight corner. So I'm not really sure what the point of that is. It's a rectangular month. Cool. Does that mean it's like the last day of the month is like makes it a perfect symmetrical thing? Oh, Toad's Factory, no question about it. Where's the DLC everyone was saying Nintendo was going to bring out soon after launch for this game? People were like, oh, it's an $80 game and Nintendo's also going to charge for DLC like soon after. I honestly think that this game does need more maps. It doesn't feel nearly as varied as 8 Deluxe, especially with the booster course pass. So we could get in a separate island with some more tracks. That would be pretty cool. That's probably a huge undertaking though. I wonder if they'll do that thing again where they wait like 10 years after the game launches to get DLC. It certainly feels like they would want to do that to make money. Ooh. Don't squish me. Eh. Oh my goodness. Ooh. You know what? Stupid coin hoarders. I was gonna say, going down there might not actually be terrible. I think the ending is actually pretty close, so... Come on! Ugh. Well, could have been worse. Do I still lose points for that? Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it. I'm not really sure I get what any of that means exactly. I don't really use multiple ISOs, at least not since I was learning about computer stuff in college. Yeah, and you can trick off the walls like that. I remember. We're actually getting into a pretty full lobby now. I think it seems like they've been doing better at filling the lobbies, because it was only half full when we joined. And I remember at launch, if you got like a lobby that was half full, you basically had to just re-queue. Coconut Mall. Send this to a friend to totally coconut mall them. Mall as in M-A-U-L. I was paying attention to that guy's bananas. He was swerving so much, pick a stupid item box. Are you serious? I specifically went for the one block item because I saw like 10 trillion people heading for the double items. I'm scared. I'm popping it. Let's use these mushrooms to stay in the air a bit longer. Well, it wasn't as long as I thought it would be. Ooh. Ooh, can I save this for a little bit? Just a little bit longer. I think there's a good corner here. Regardless, I'm popping it here. Go around the jump. Of course, someone steals the item. Didn't really mean to go up, but that's fine. Oh, come on. I was on the wall. How'd the shell reach me like that? Alright, I did get another place or two there because I didn't go for the jump at least, but damn. I was trying to go for that shortcut at the end there where you can jump on the wall and go up top. I think I needed to turn a bit more first. Let's see if I can get back to it here. Yeah, I was coming at it from like here. Yeah, that's not a good angle. I think what I should have done is go wider and then start drifting. Ugh. What's possible? Oh, maybe you gotta go on the rails? Yeah, the rail on the side there looks interesting. Yeah, that's how you do it. It doesn't look like it gives you much of a boost, but just going up there to avoid the chaos might be worth it. So I think unless I get on the ramp there, I shouldn't probably go for that. Ventoy allows you to boot any iOS file from a single drive. Oh, okay. So it's kind of like how some operating systems let you boot them from like a USB or something so you can try them out. I do have a good sized flash drive. It's mainly just got like older stuff on it though. Most stuff I back up these days are backed up to like iCloud or something. Which I know isn't perfect. But since I have like an iPhone and stuff, it's probably better for me to just use iCloud to back up like my photos and stuff. I used to use Google Photos, but it's not as convenient now that I have an iPhone. I just realized I'm in first place. How am I in first place? Okay. Woo! I'm shocked that hit me. Well, that was unfortunate. One mistake and you go from first to 16th. That's unfortunate. See, that stuff that just doesn't feel fair. First of all, I'm not really sure how I got in first, but then to just immediately go down to 16th is just crazy. Though the downside to like deluxe is that, for me at least, I gotta go into regional because worldwides are just crazy. It seems like the netcode in this game is alright. Then again, it could just be disguised by all the chaos of like 20 players. Well, now I don't have the speed. Oh. I still think more people are watching Mario Kart World versus 8 Deluxe if I go to the Twitch page. Because it is the newer Mario Kart game, Switch 2 Mario Kart game. But if I had to guess, I also think Deluxe probably has more players. Because it has multiple console generations able to play it. And a lot of people might not have a Switch 2 or something. This really does not feel like it was a good path to take. Like, what did that do for me? I'm in like 17th still. Ow. Deal something for me, my minion. That is not very useful, my minion. Ironically, I couldn't see what was going on there. So I didn't know the track was actually ending because I was getting so many coins. Use it or lose it. I was looking at my placement there, or the laps left. Well, that was rude. Right as soon as I use it, you throw that. Okay. It might actually be worth it to not trick immediately there, because then you don't take as much airtime. For a second, it didn't look like that was going to affect me, but it did. Well, didn't matter what I got. I guarantee you that was targeted too. Ooh, can you go on this side? Well, that might not be as worth it, really. Let's test out this side. I don't even remember these railings being here. That seems pretty decent, actually. So if I don't trick, yeah, that seems like it's better. I get 3 tricks off. I'll do Choco Mountain. I like the music. Yeah, that's fine too. At least on in this game, I don't really have too many maps that I absolutely hate. Well, that seems kind of counterintuitive. Why do they take it apart if they have to test it anyway? To me, the appeal of a framework laptop would be replacing stuff down the road, not like building the laptop. Are you serious? That was... I didn't even get, like, off the edge there. I just got stuck. I don't think that could have possibly gone any worse for me. And I hate how the super horn is just an attacking item now. Like, no one uses it for blue shells, which is what it was originally created for. Yeah, take up the entire road, don't you? Yeah, just squish me. How many mega mushrooms are there? Jesus. Yep. Just get rid of this stupid boomerang. It's not doing anything for me. Mega mushrooms. Ugh. Seriously, how many mega mushrooms was that in like the last half lap? That seems like it was way too much. Am I mistaken, or can you not really do that on the actual race? Feels like there aren't many opportunities where you can just spam jump on stuff. I'll actually pick Koopa Troopa Beach. I'm fine with Rainbow Road, though, of course. Who isn't fine with Rainbow Road? I think tricking forward gets you down faster. Yeah, tricking back definitely takes you up. I don't know if they got it too. Looks like they got some sort of item. I just cared that I didn't get screwed out of the double. Here, get the protection out. Now we got infinite boost, I think. Or maybe that's not yet. My goodness, so much. Plenty of coins, though. Honestly, I don't really think there's many good places for mushrooms right about now. Now we get the infinite boost. Yeah, just get rid of this stupid boomerang. It's just forcing me to hold an item slot until I use it all up. Well, that's unfortunate timing. It was just long enough for me to get stunned too, where I didn't have invincibility frames. Yeah, we don't need to drift here. Man, look what they did to my boy. Did it really swerve off the course there to get to whoever was in first? It feels like I was nowhere near the center of the track there. This guy is awkwardly close. And he doesn't get affected by it, of course. Why would he? He was only right next to me, too. I was not in the... If I didn't make that jump, that would have been so much insult to injury. It's hard to aim the boomerang when you're in the air like this. Almost got him. We're in 10th place and I don't see like anyone else. Now we're getting together. Like how do I make up ground now? Well, that helped a little. This is like the one track you can't really take massive shortcuts on. At least not that I know of. It reminds me of N64 Rainbow Road in Deluxe, where it's just like one big line. Hot take, I actually liked Mario Kart 8's Rainbow Road more. Yes, the one everyone hates. It's hard to like get the drifting down on that track, but once you get it down, it's super satisfying to pull off. I don't know. I feel like every time I play this game, it makes me want to go back to 8 Deluxe and remind myself what it's like there. But then I have to deal with the issues in 8 Deluxe, where I go into regional and just deal with the regional stuff, because Worldwide's is awful. But then again, I'm not really sure, like, I wonder if anyone has done, like, networking tests and stuff. See if it's actually significantly better here. It feels like it's better, but it's also hard to tell because there's 20 people right next to each other. So it's impossible to see if you got hit because someone lagged or what. My favorite Rainbow Roads are from the Wii and 8. Yeah, I love Wii's Rainbow Road. That's my favorite Rainbow Road. Well, It has the best music of any Rainbow Road. And I love the remix they did for it in this game. Speaking of the music in this game, when are we going to get this music on the Nintendo Switch Music app? Nintendo. Like, come on. I know it's a lot of music, but you had to have known this game was coming, so you can't tell me that it would take a super lot of unexpected work. Speaking of good music, I did not get hit by that. There's no world in which that piranha hit me. Whew. I hate the Mega Mushroom. It just feels like it's way too common for how good it is. Like, look at that. That was 2 Mega Mushrooms in the span of like 10 seconds. 3 mushrooms. There's another one over there. Just not quite soon enough on the drift there. I'm not going to go for the second floor. We're in first place, but can we keep it? You only get 1 lap of this, criminally. The shortcut up here is working. That's very interesting how that cable has no collision. They had to have tested that and seen that, like, oh, if people take this shortcut, they constantly hit the hook. But hey, first place, I'll take it. If I were to buy a laptop, I'd get an older ThinkBook or an EliteBook. Yeah, if you get one of those and then install Linux on it, it can be a pretty decent machine. Like, what's the point of going up there, really? I also didn't really do anything fancy there. I just didn't mess up, really. There's a coin up there, but is there a point going up there in a race other than, I guess, to avoid chaos? I really wish it would not keep your movement going when the vote screen pops up. Oh, that's not a bad rail. Used business laptops, IMO, are better than new consumer laptops in terms of durability. I've heard similar things like that. But I don't really use laptops too much. Well, that's kind of a lie. I do use my laptop a bit when I'm playing on my TV, but oftentimes I'll have a game on my TV and then like a Twitch stream or something on my laptop. I don't even have an excuse there. That was just my bad. Take that, Dad. I was hoping to beat him to that. Oh, I swerved into that. Oh, I'm glad at least I wasn't over the lava. Is this from Mario 3D World? I think that was from Mario 3D World. Oh yeah, there's like a crazy trick here where you can jump off the wall and skip this entire corner. I don't know. I just don't like putting that much risk on a shortcut like that. I did not get the wings. Hello? That's strange. Same here, I'm not getting the wings! That's like 2 times in a row I went off a cliff without the wings deploying. That's crazy. That was from 1st to 12th. Yeah, Mario Kart is definitely still a thing. I remember when this game was like coming out and people were worried about the 20-player lobbies. I remember like defending it, being like, oh, Mario Kart is like a chaos game. It's not really skill-based. The item chaos is part of the fun. But I don't think I really realized just how much item chaos there truly would be. And there is a point where it's just not fun. It's like a double whammy because the skill ceiling in this game is very high. So if you get it like decently good and you get into those higher tier lobbies, you have to deal with people doing crazy tricks that take an insane amount of time to do. And if you aren't that great at the game, then you have to deal with 20 players around you constantly Mario Karting you, constantly bagging and using boosts to get ahead. I didn't even watch the Game Awards. For a second, I thought my wings didn't deploy again there. I think it definitely deserves recognition, at least for the soundtrack. Like, the soundtrack is one of the best parts of this game. Maybe you'd say, oh, it's remixes or whatever, but still. That doesn't mean they're not very creative. So many bullets. Oh, someone's trying to get me. What was that? Did I like look onto the bottom of the mushroom? Hey, I got rid of my stuff in time. Do you know what award it got, Sackboy? I don't think it was music. I think I would have known it if it was music. Woo! Oh! Wasn't really expecting the caterpillar in the road. Woo! I wanted to throw that back. Stupid disloyal boo! Okay, first again, not bad. I still don't really think I really deserved first there. Like, it feels much more like either a luck-based game, or if you're at the really high end, like really using crazy shortcuts type thing. That's pretty good, going off the vine like that. Boo Cinema. We gotta do Boo Cinema. Oh, the racing category? Well, that makes sense. I mean, what was its competition? Like, was there even a Forza or something nominated then? For some reason, I thought Boo Cinema was in the top left of the map. It seems like a top left type of map. Oh, I missed the boost. Trying to drift. I don't know. That's the thing I just loved about Deluxe, was nailing the drifts was so satisfying. Now they're just not satisfying at all here. Drifts are like a secondary thought. Kind of like gliders, and how they're not nearly as intricate or like as important as they were in like Mario Kart 7, because that was the big thing about Mario Kart 7, was like the gliders and stuff. Shortcut. Oh, unfortunate. Don't. Just boost now. There isn't really too many amazing shortcuts here. Steal something from me, my minion. I'll take it, but... This guy's just going to hold on to his mushrooms or shells anyway. Oh, maybe he tried the back spam one there. Yeah. I don't know. I remember feeling like this before too, where when I played a lot of Mario Kart World, I just wanted to go back to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and see what that was like. I don't remember how I felt about that. I don't think I was like completely sold on going back to 8 Deluxe, because I would have remembered that if I was like, yeah, Deluxe is definitively better than World. The world is gorgeous though. Like I said before, if I was a kid and this was one of the few games I had, like as a kid, I totally can see myself spending countless hours just driving around. That's what I did in like The Simpsons Hit and Run as a kid. And in Star Wars Battlefront 2. But I don't know, even as a kid, like, wouldn't I eventually, like, catch on to the idea that there isn't much there to explore? There's some interesting things that happen in the open world, but it doesn't feel like as rewarding as Easter eggs used to be in games. Like in the Simpsons Hit and Run, one of the Easter eggs, well, maybe not Easter eggs, but one of the secrets was this rocket car that you could get. And it was fragile, but it was super fast. And I don't think there's anything like that in this game. Well, maybe if you count like... You could probably count like the semi-trucks that you can drive into. And like there are boats that you can take control of, but it doesn't really feel the same. They're very limited. They aren't like something you can drive as long as you want, which, I don't know. It seems like a artificial limitation. Like if we're just in the open world by ourselves, like let us control the dang boats for as long as we want. There really shouldn't be a time limit on that. Especially when there isn't too much else to do in the world. How did I get that low? I'm just sort of like driving through this. I don't even think that... Did I make any major mistakes that race? I don't even remember. I was just sort of driving. This is about like as close as to satisfying drifting as you get in this game. But still, there's nothing like Yoshi's Circuit, where you can just satisfyingly drift the entire course. Well, now we're down to half a lobby again. Almost missed the boost there. Like, look at that. Oh, I got a mini boost, like a blue mini boost from drifting that much. If I drifted for significantly longer, it wouldn't really have made a difference, because the extra boost would have just made up for the fact that I'm drifting instead of going forward. And you have monster shortcuts like that. Like, geez, you go 10,000 miles in a single shortcut. At least it was before the item box. Just waste my item spots. Ugh. Why does the feather have to be in here? It's such a niche item where it's actually useful. Most of the time it just feels like it's not, it's just like a wasting item, like it just takes up a slot. And you just have to figure out when it's least likely to screw you over. Hey El Toro, welcome to the YouTube stream. How's it going? And hey Nathaniel, welcome as well. How are you guys doing today? Just so you guys know, I'm also on Twitch, so. Anything but Sheep Falls. I'm in an online lobby. I'm not in a private room. And we're coming up on the last part of the stream too, so. We're really starting to get not as many people in here. We went from half a lobby to a full lobby, and now we're down to half again. I don't really think it's worth switching lobbies, though, because we got like 20 minutes left in the stream. But we'll see. If things get super bad, then I'll switch, but... No, don't. You will get a full lobby. Well, isn't that a good thing? Well, if you want for VR. I mean, wouldn't that just make my races harder, though? If I artificially boost it in, like, a low player lobby? I don't want to go against those guys that, like, grind shortcuts all day. Squeezed out the double. Get that ink off me. Where did he shoot me from, though? That did not look like it hit him. Oh. Just use that immediately then. I stream weekends at 3 p.m. Central. And I'm also a variety streamer too. I don't just stream Mario Kart, so... And I'm also going to be mainly focusing on Twitch in the future. Because I don't get nearly as many people on YouTube, and it's quite difficult to stream to both at the same time. So I'm mainly going to be focusing on my Twitch. So if you want to follow, the link's in the description. I think this is the end here. I still don't think I really deserve third there. But hey, since I had a boost on the last corner, sure. Is this map in the pass for deluxe? It seems a little familiar. Anything but Cheap Cheap Falls. Why do you vote for Cheap Cheap Falls? Like, what is appealing about Cheap Cheap Falls? It's like the one map in this game that I really dislike. I thought I got that. I could have sworn I got that boost. Those railings are too short to be worth taking. I actually need the coin, so I'll take it. Oh, you tried. I honestly didn't know you could get like 3 boosts like this. I thought they were going for the other double items. At least the silver line is we only got 1 lap on this map because it was a intermission track. I can never seem to get on that one railing. All right. I hate the river. There's nothing appealing about the river. Start drifting, please. Start turning. I don't care I got second. I still don't like that map. Also, El Toro, thanks for following on YouTube or subscribing on YouTube. I appreciate it. Why not Cheap Cheap Falls? I just hate how hard the river is. Like, it might be, you can say it's a skill issue, but when you're going down the river, it's very hard to start drifting, it feels like. Yeah, like I tried drifting there, and instead it just doesn't. Or it takes like an extra while, and so it's very hard to like turn it this last part. I'll do DK Spaceport. Why is it even called DK Spaceport? I don't think there's much space theming about it. Dandelion Depths. I don't remember this one. Like, actually. Well, that's not ideal. I'm surprised I didn't get hit by anything there. Ooh. We at least get good drifting on this intermission track. I'm pretty sure it's not worth going on those rails. Honestly, it might not even be worth drifting there. What's this? Using the super horn for a blue shell? Imagine. Look how long it takes to get a drift. I don't know. Oh, it's this map, I think. Honestly, I'm not even really familiar with this map at all. Like, it just doesn't stand out at all to me. Yeah, unfortunate. We're about to wrap it up here. Everyone on YouTube's coming in at the last second. We got... actually, this might be the last race here. I got like 5 minutes before I have to go. But hey, I'll take second. Not a bad place to end off on. But yeah, I don't know. I still feel like every time I play this game, it makes me want to play Deluxe, but I don't know if Deluxe is necessarily better. It just feels a bit too chaotic than even regular Mario Kart. But yeah, that's going to be it for today's stream. I hope you enjoyed. If you enjoyed, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you are watching on YouTube. If you're watching on Twitch, hit that like button if you haven't done so already. As a reminder, I'm going to be stopping my YouTube streams for a bit, just focusing on Twitch because I want to see what it's like just focusing just on that versus multi-streaming. But yeah, you can also get notified of when I go live by joining the Steam group or the Discord. Anyone streaming on Twitch? Not really. I was seeing if Wes was live or something. Yeah, you can play next time, Scammy. But you'll probably want to follow me on Twitch for the next stream. But yeah, that's going to be it for today, guys. I gotta head out because it's Sunday and I gotta end my streams about now. But that's it for today. Thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.